So in math and computer science, particularly in first and second year, a lot of what we're teaching are skills, the tools to go on and do well in other areas. And a lot of that's problem solving. So there's the problem solving level in terms of I have this problem, I have to solve it. Where am I going to look for information? How am I going to find that information? How am I going to go through and try different strategies? But on the other side of that is also, because of this particular class being about chips and how computers work, there's this appreciation for what's happening in the guts of the computer.
Well, it's one of those few practical classes in computer science where, sure, we use the programs on the computer to code. We also have the class where you write, but this one is actually hands-on.
It was nice because it's nice to actually not just see how it works, but actually do the work.
You get to sit in the lecture for 3 hours a week and go over theoretically how all of these logic gates work and how all of the equations would work, but then it's a little bit different in lab because you get to actually put it together and you get to actually see it work in front of you, and you get to see a computer essentially take it apart and prove all of the knowledge that you've been doing in the lecture theoretically. So it makes it really interesting, and it helps to sort of confirm the knowledge that you're learning in theory and really ingrain it.
Learning isn't about looking at it once and saying, oh, it makes perfect sense. That's recognition of something you already knew. Learning is about going, this doesn't make sense. What do I do now? How do I change that? And trying things and finding out, oh, those 6 things didn't work, this one did. And the best part of that process is at the end, you win.
I find everyone in the class actually has a little bit of a teaching role as well in the class. When you figure something out that your buddy didn't figure out, you can lean over and give him a couple of pointers or point out something that he did wrong that he didn't notice maybe. So it's good in the sense that she lets us collaborate a little bit. And then it's not so much just good because everyone gets help from everyone else, but it helps you a lot to understand the material if you're able to teach it to someone else who's maybe struggling with the material. So
I try and make sure that whatever they're doing is something they understand. So it's something they understand in their own mind rather than in a particular way that you find in a book. So in all of my classes, I see that. I talk to someone and I try and bring their experiences into their understanding of the material.
Nicole tries to connect with, every student in the class, which I think is really good.
Nicole, she's the best teacher I've ever had. I just have to say that first of all. She makes me feel very, welcome.
she's really easygoing. She's really fun to joke around with, and I guess she's not unique in how helpful she is, but she's a really helpful instructor.
I also think if we're bringing their experiences into it, they're much more likely to remember and appreciate that explanation.